name is Kathy, and today I will talk about the release stream. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easy to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Release streams are the dreams where you get rid of everyday mental and emotional garbage that we collect. As a result of this, these types of dreams are usually the most confusing, chaotic, and often disturbing dreams that we can experience. Lots of the release dreams that we have are rather stupid and chaotic and really are only good for a laugh when we wake up. While other release dreams can be horrible nightmares that can stay with us for a long time. These types of dreams, although ridiculous or terrifying in nature, are critically important to our mental health. Without these release dreams, we would become chronically stressed out or, in worst case scenarios, psychotic. So they really are beneficial for us in the long run. Now, release dream nightmares are very common. Everyone has them from time to time. The thing to remember is that they are not prophetic dreams, and they are certainly not expressions of some terribly disturbed subconscious wish. In fact, what they are is a simple subconscious release of our worst case scenarios. They are made up of the most awful things we can possibly imagine, so terrible in nature that we refuse to let our conscious minds think about such things for more than a second or two before we force our mental focus onto anything else that is more palatable to us. The rub here is that what our conscious minds can't handle and so push away as fast as possible is something that our subconscious minds keep track of and act out. This is not done out of some twisted perversion that can frighten us, but to reassure us that even if our concept of the worst possible scenarios, that we will somehow manage to survive it all. No matter how emotionally devastating this material might be for us, the thing to remember with release dreams is that no matter how bad they get, they will not die. You will not die from them. It is a normal and healthy thing for people, whether they are awake or asleep, to believe that somehow, no matter what the circumstances, that in the long run, we will be okay. This is one of the main purposes of the release dream, to show us that ultimately we really will be okay. Release dreams in general can give us an expansive view of ourselves, and they let us understand how we really feel about things that happen in our lives. We get the chance to really experience the things that our conscious minds are often too busy, confused, or flat out afraid to let us confront. Now, the dreamscape of our lives does not operate the way our conscious waking state works. The subconscious mind, which is the ruler of the dream state, communicates with us via symbols. Sometimes these symbols can be confusing to understand, and it can be quite frustrating when you have a powerful release dream that you want to understand. The feeling you get is that you just wish the subconscious mind would stop all the confusion and just spell out whatever it is trying to communicate to us plainly. The thing to remember here, though, is that there are reasons why the subconscious mind works in this fashion. It's important to remember that our subconscious minds are infinitely more sophisticated than our conscious minds are, and it knows so much more than our conscious minds could ever hope to. It just makes sense that because of its very nature as the immortal part of ourselves, that it could construct a deep, eloquent language of symbols that it understands perfectly, even when our conscious minds are clueless to the massive amounts of information that this symbolic language communicates to us. Our subconscious mind, in its infinite wisdom, understands our conscious mind's limitations, and so if there is an important message that our conscious minds need to get, the subconscious mind will keep sending it over and over again. often in different forms and with different symbols, until our conscious minds finally get it. It isn't our subconscious mind that's being hazy in its communication style of dream symbols. In fact, it is our conscious minds that are having translation problems. No matter what happens to us in the course of our life, that it is important to remember that our subconscious minds understand the big picture of what is going on, even if our conscious minds don't. Another point to remember about the subconscious mind is that it is ultimately kind, gentle, loving, and very aware of what our conscious minds can and cannot handle. The dreamscape and symbols of even our most horrible dreams are guaranteed to be a gentler form of storytelling than the cold, hard, and literal depiction of it would be. Our consciousness gets all the personal reality it can handle while we are awake. Being hit with more of it while we sleep would be a disastrous overload. This is another reason why the subconscious mind uses symbols in our dreams, because it is absolutely necessary for our sanity. The best way to approach release dream analysis is to take the position that the whole of the dream experience is more important than any of its individual parts. In a nutshell, what this means is that if you understand the overall meaning of your release dream, the interpretation of the details within the dream are pretty much beside the point. A person can get so bogged down in the details of a release dream, such as, I had on black shoes, I wore a white t-shirt, the house was painted blue, and so forth, that you can twist yourself into mental pretzels. The bottom line here is that in order to fully analyze the meaning of the symbols that you find in your release dreams, that you have to take our own context or personal associations with those symbols into account. As an example, let's take the symbol of birds appearing in your dreams. 9 out of 10 dream dictionaries will say that birds mean a yearning for freedom and an indication that good news is coming your way. But, and this is a big but, your own personal experience with birds has been terrifying for some reason. So your dream about birds won't follow suit with the dream dictionary's interpretations of the bird symbol. In fact, a dream about birds for you might easily be a nightmare about feeling threatened or under attack. There are many ways to approach the analysis of a release dream. One of them is to think of your dream as a movie in which you are playing all of the parts, and see if that method will answer any questions you have about that particular dream. A variation on this approach is to consider everything in your dream that you have any kind of emotional reaction to be about you, and about your own personal association with the people, places, and things in that dream. It's important to remember here that insights can come from surprising places in your dreams, so don't rule anything out. When it comes to dream symbols that come from dream dictionaries and the like, that it is important for you to remember that they are only valid interpretations if they are valid for you personally. No book of dream symbols will ever be as useful as the list of dream symbol meanings that you create for yourself. But in the beginning of dream analysis, these books of dream symbols can be invaluable to get you thinking about a given symbol and its meaning. Maybe the book's interpretation feels right on for you. Maybe it doesn't. The dream book helps you to start the internal dialogue that ends with your own personal symbolic interpretations. They are a place to begin. The nature of release dreams is rarely enjoyable. The reason for this is that we rarely feel the desire to release the things in our life that we're happy or content with. What release dreams are for is to bring unresolved or unexpressed issues into a spotlight. In the dreamscape and subconsciously act out whatever frustrations, anger, regrets, guilt, resentments, betrayals, embarrassments, or shame that we have been carrying around. A positive thing to remember about release dreams is that with some practice, patience, and determination, we can actually program ourselves to rewrite the endings of those recurring release dreams that leave us feeling anxious and upset. This will then give us the opportunity to release those negative dream issues, and also will allow us to be able to get out of bed in the morning with a very gratifying sense that we have ultimately won. The way you do this is, before you go to bed, surround yourself in brilliant white light from head to toe. Then speak out loud the words to your higher power. If that same painful and fear-filled dream should come to me again tonight, please help me transform it into a story of strength, victory, and empowerment. Then, after you state this, you can then add some specific details, such as, if you have a recurring dream where a monster is chasing you, you can add to this address to your higher power something like this. This time, when the monster is chasing me, let me face it head on, and let me move past my fear of it to a feeling of loving compassion. Let me see the truth of what this monster is. Then let me look directly at this unhealed part of me that is represented by the monster, and let me tell it that I love it and forgive it, and that I am resolved to release it from my being. Keep asking for this every night as the last thought before you sleep, and sooner or later, that ending will really happen for you. Another method of handling the fear-filled recurring dream is to treat the dream as a movie that you can pause, rewind, and change the ending to if you don't like the way it turns out the first time. Learning how to rewrite the endings of fearful release dreams is one of the most effective skills you can master. In the next few videos of this series, I'll go into details on various release dream themes and how to analyze them for yourself. Well, I have a great many videos now on many different topics, so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.